Hey, what is up, everybody? Yes, I returned to your phone, your computer, your TV, your tablet, your laptop. I don't know what you're watching me on today, right now, but welcome back. It's me, it's Malcolm, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have that much time because I actually have to go to work a little bit later, but I just want to talk about what's on my mind today now. And what's on my mind today now is Mean Girls. And no, I'm not talking about the 2004 version with Lindsay Lohan and all these megastars of today. We're not talking about that version, but that is going to come a little bit later. But what I want to do, want to talk about is the kind of reaction to the Mean Girls trailer for the movie coming out in 2024. So let me just break this down in the quickest way that I can that makes sense. So, I saw this trailer when I went to go watch Friday Nights at Freddy's. Speaking of, great movie, right? So, watched the trailer and I was honestly a little bit confused because I saw the trailer and I was wondering if it was a sequel, a requel, what have you, right? So, the trailer got released online and people are also confused. So, let's just clear this up really quick because it'll make sense in a second. This movie is a movie based on the musical Mean Girls that was on Broadway. That's also based on the movie from 2004. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but the movie came out in 2004, then the musical happened, then this adaptation of the musical is happening. So it's a brand new own movie that's kind of a remake, but it's not a remake because it's based on the movie. Does that make sense? That is probably the best way I can summarize it for you. So that's the first confusion, because some of the people in the trailer are also the people from the Mean Girls movie, which the movie and the musical version of this movie is written by Tina Fey, so I just thought that was cool. So some of the characters, like Tina Fey's character, like the teacher, she's still in there. The principal character is still in there. But then we have some cameos from the original Mean Girls cast, but now they're like grown up, but they're not their characters, if that makes sense. I know, again, it was very confusing the first time I saw it, but once somebody explained to me that it was the musical movie version of the Broadway version of the original movie, I know. It made more sense to me. So why am I talking about this today if, hey, I just kind of explained it in 5 minutes, right? Well, no, because I noticed online there was a lot of complaints about the movie, some things I didn't like there was a lot of really nasty things said about some of the actors and actresses. So I want to talk about that a little bit in kind of like a rant form, because I don't feel like these actors deserve that kind of vitriol. So let's just talk about some of the complaints and let's just talk about it, because I actually love Mean Girls. It's a great movie. I watch it every time it comes on. I didn't really watch the sequels, but I love the original one with Lindsay Lohan in them. Definitely love that one, right? So one of the first complaints that I saw about the trailer was that it was very much too much like technology in it. And what I mean by that is, like, you have the TikTok parody site thing. So I can't remember much else, but like that was one of the complaints. And I was just kind of like, well, this is a more modernized version of the 2004 version, so it kind of makes sense. Another complaint I saw was they didn't even show any of the singing, which is the main portion of the movie itself. And I don't know if it was maybe a copyright issue with music, unless it's all original music. I have not seen the Broadway play, but I do know that it got 12 nominations for a Tony Award, but I think it got beat out by SpongeBob the musical, which, if you haven't seen SpongeBob the musical, it's amazing. So they definitely deserve that award, those awards. But yeah, it got like 12 nominations, which is like the most in their category, I guess, or whatever genre they were, I guess, from what I read, which is really cool. Um, so there was a complaints about the singing and not being there, and I was like, well, at first I thought maybe it was a copyright issue, maybe they didn't want to like give away all their songs in the trailer, because then it's like, okay, well, nobody's gonna watch the movie because we already saw what the songs were, and we already know how the like the movie goes. So like, why would we go to see the same thing again? Which is fair. Um, so that was another complaint I saw. I'm sorry, I'm talking a little bit fast. I just caught myself, so I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Okay. Um, so let's really get into why I wanted to make this video, and the main thing I want to talk about is the complaints about the actors and actresses. I want to just make this preface. It's not that many people like complaining about this, but it was enough where it like went viral on Twitter. So there was like a whole bunch of comparisons from the 2004 movie and the trailer, and they were pretty much, and this is me saying it in the nice way, they were trying to be like, you know, oh, the actor playing Damien isn't as like adorable as the original actor that played Damien. And I was just kind of like, okay. Or they would be like, oh, well, Damien's like a gay white guy, and why is he black now? And I'm like, okay, let's not have these kind of conversations, because I don't think that matters. like I get that, you know, nostalgia makes us want the original actors. Like, a lot of people were complaining about Lindsay Lohan not even being in it, and I'm just kind of like, but it's not this, it's the same story, but you can do the same story with any actress or actor. So I don't know, maybe because there was cameos from the original cast members, and maybe that's why that complaint was there. I don't know, I just thought it was like, okay, you're not giving the current actors like the proper credit, because I feel like they deserve that. If you want to say like you're disappointed in how it looks and whatnot, sure, but it just feels like there's a lot of personal attacks on the actors and actresses, and I didn't even get to the big one yet, but when I do, that just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of made me upset. So yeah, there's like people comparing the 2004 version of the movie to the trailer, and pretty much insinuating that the actors weren't attractive enough, I guess. And I was just kind of like, okay, like if this is the road you're gonna take, I can already tell that, you know, at this point it's like, who's the audience then? Because you have people that are complaining about like typecasting, which I don't know, it never made sense to me, you know. So the big thing that I saw, and this is the main, like the true main reason why I wanted to make this video, is because the actress that plays the new Regina George, whose name is Renee Rap, and I'm gonna say this in the nice way because they were not nice online. The main complaint that I saw about her is that she was too big to play Regina George. So let's really break that down, because I think this is just kind of like the worst parts of the internet being the worst parts of the internet. And even I made a comment back about what I saw online about this, and I'm like, we're in 2023 and we're still body shaming actors and actresses over a movie role. And I said something like, you know, good thing we left the whole thing about commenting on celebrities' appearances back in 2022, which we already knew that wasn't going to happen. And I don't know if this is true or not, but like, so one of the fans in the replies said that, you know, Renee had an ED and like she was really struggling during filming. Again, I don't know if that's true, but if that is true, and then people are talking about her weight and how like she's too big to play the role, I'm not okay with that. Point blank period. Because The reason they gave, and this was so dumb. I'm sorry, it was. So their reasoning was the whole point of Regina George is that she was afraid to get bigger. And that was like one of her biggest fears. So, and then they were like, well, if they're already big, then that defeats the purpose. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So just for reference, this is Renee Rap, like a very beautiful woman. She seems nice. I don't know much about her. She's fairly new actress from what I quickly looked up. And as you can see from the comparisons from the old Regina George, which I forgot the actress's name, I'm really sorry. I know, I suck. And then you see Renee Rap, like there's not really that much of a difference besides, you know, the person and that. So I was just kind of like sitting here, right? And I'm kind of like, why are people like agreeing with this post? Why do people have to put another person down because they were so upset that there was a remake, like another like version of their favorite movie, you know? And I really don't have much else to say because one, my batteries are about to die, but I just wanted to leave you with this. Please stop commenting on people's bodies in 2023. There's no need for that at all. So I just want to leave you with that because I don't have much time anyway. And that's kind of like my rant for the day. So once again, it is Malcolm. That's me. I don't have much time, so I just want to wish you well. Happy holidays. I wish you good health. And I will see you again next time.